So now moving on to inventory. So in inventory, we have the warehouse movement, inventory lookup, and inventory count. So when I say warehouse movement, that's nothing but the inventory transfer to move inventories between different bins. So here we have like two scenarios. One, we can create movements in Business Central, and those movements that are created in Business Central can be processed and registered through RF Plus. The other option is you can create movements and register them right away from RF Plus. So when you have movements that are created in Business Central, that is when you see these cards. If you wanted to create a movement, you can just click on this movement and create a movement and then register it right away. So I'm not going to show that completely. It's just an overview. So these are the lines that are created for this moment in Business Central, and these lines can be moved right away. And then moving on to inventory lookup, we have three options to look up the inventory. So one, we can look up by item ID or like item name. The next option is by bin, and the other option is by the lot ID or the serial number. So when you look up by item, so let me scan for an item. So when you open the item, so we have the item image. So this is something that comes from Business Central. If there is an image added to the item, it will be displayed. We also have an option to upload images through RF Plus. So say for example, I'm trying to upload a picture for this item. So it's a chocolate. I'm saving it. Yeah, it's updated. So likewise, I can add or edit images from RF Plus as well. And then we have the item number, the item name, and the base the unit of measure and other informations. And we also can view if the item is blocked for the inventory or blocked for sales. And then we have these counts here, which against the inventory, the count, this denotes that this much in count we have in our inventory. So when I click on the I button, it will list all the bins, zones, and information. So in this particular bin, INV01, and the zone is INV1. So we have 55 quantities of this item. And since this is a lot specific item, I can view the lot ID. So when I click on it, it will display all the lot IDs, its respective quantities, and the expiry date. So likewise, I can view all the bins and zones which contains this particular item. Now on the supply order quantity, it shows 2310. So when I click on this I button, it will list out all the purchase orders that are created for this particular item, and these are yet to be received. So we have total quantity on supply is 2310. So this will list all the vendor names, the vendor ID, the order ID, and the expected date of receiving. And then we have demand order ID, which will display the sales orders that are purchased that are placed for this particular item, including the customer information and the quantities that are to be shipped. And then we can also print the item label from here. Just click on the print label, and you can print any number of labels for this particular item. And then we have the item pricing. The item pricing, when you open it, you can define different kinds of customer groups in Business Central, and you can define separate price for different customer groups. And then we also can have different prices for different customers. So whichever we define in Business Central can be viewed from RF Plus as well. So in this case, for this item, we have different customer groups like gold, silver retailer, and we have different prices specified for those customers. This can be viewed from here. And then we have the sales price and discount. When I click on the I button, it will list out all the pricing, the line discount that are, in specific to customers. So different customers can have different line discount and different prices. So those that are defined in Business Central can be viewed here. And again, this feature will not be available for all the flow users. It will be specific to the warehouse managers alone. So whoever has access to the pricing, only those people will be able to see this section. So that is pretty much on the inventory lookup. Likewise, we can also look up by bin. So when I go to bin, it will list out all the bins and zones available. I can again sort it by ascending or descending order. And then if I open a bin, it will list out like all the items that are available in that particular bin. So when it is a lot or serial, I can view the lot or serials just by clicking the I button. This is the lookup by bin. And then we have lot or serial. So it works the same way as the other two screens. Just scanning the lot or serial will take you to that particular item and the details. So that's all on the inventory lookup. And then we have inventory count. So again, the physical counts that are created in Business Central will be listed here. So you can create inventory counts by bin or by entire zone or for even the entire location. So we support all of those features and combinations. So say for example, we have this batch which is default and we have lot items. So when I click on this, it will list all the bins and zones that are subject to be counted. Now let me open up an item. Say I have 5 quantities and I'm doing a physical count here, and say I only found 3 of it. I'll go ahead, select the lot, and I'll say no, I just found only 3, and I hit confirm and I hit update. So as I update, my line will be updated and the control will then go to the second line available. So if I'm not counting this particular item at this point, I can just click on skip and this will take me to the next line available. So likewise, I can move ahead and I can do my physical count. So now I can see that this item has been updated. So my system calculated quantity was 5 and now I only found 3 during my count and I've updated it, right? Likewise, I can also add a new item. So if I'm doing my physical count, I just found another item on the same inventory, then I can just go ahead and add it. So maybe I'll pick some random items and I'll say I found 10 quantities of it. I say update. So I can see that it is added to my list. So the calculated quantity was 0 since system didn't found this item during its physical count creation. Now I have entered 10 quantities. So likewise, I can add any number of lines while doing my count. So that's pretty much on the inventory